next guest as Dr. Evil's son, Scott, from the Austin Powers movies, and as Oz from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Starting tomorrow, he can be seen in the new Fox series, Greg the Bunny. Please welcome Seth Green. Life is good, Seth?
Yeah, life's fine. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine. You were on the Rolling Stone Hot List this year.
Oh, yeah.
You know you've arrived when you're on the Rolling Stone Hot List. I was on the Marie Claire Hot List.
Oh.
Hard to get on.
It's pretty competitive.
Yeah, you don't want to know. You were listed under Hot Nerd.
Yeah.
Now, and so to me that'd be one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know, yeah, huh? I mean, hot nerd. You never hear the phrase, he's a hot nerd.
No, it's kind of an oxymoron.
Yeah,
but,
it's a very strange thing. How did that feel?
I was fine with it because I thought, oh, finally, Rolling Stone. Yes, they have the X-ray glasses to see through the facade, you know?
Right.
Because I was never a popular kid in school, and I'm kind of a geek now, and it's just. I got the WB makeover, and people were like, ooh, hot, and it's just a big, silly facade, so.
It's cool how, like, sometimes I think
that
if
went
I was...
over well.
We're
doing good, Coney.
We'll add laughs electronically later.
Thank you.
I'll just turn this crank. I've always thought that, like, if I was just on Dawson's Creek for, like, one episode, it would just change everything. If I just wandered in and went, ladies, you know, and then wandered off, and they were like, you know, I'd be on some list like that.
Perception is amazing, you know, because before I did Buffy, I was always, like, the geeky guy, the funny guy, the best friend, the goofy guy, and all of a sudden, Joss Whedon paints my fingernails, puts a guitar in my hand, and girls are swooning, so it's hilarious.
It's a good deal. Now,
Yeah.
speaking of swooning, one of your good pals, you've known him for a long time, Ryan Phillippe, he was on the show. I did that electronically, too. Woo, wow, woo! He was on the show not too long ago, and we started talking about you, and he mentioned that you two been pals for a long time, and that you would sometimes just do weird, destructive stuff late at night in the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah, well, you know,
Can you give us an example of, like, something the two of you would do?
Well, actually, Breckin Meyer and I became really close friends, and then he picked up Ryan at an audition and brought him back to my house, and we became this odd threesome, and nothing.
I like it. That story had picked up and threesome in it.
Well, we just had kind of the late adolescence. You grow up as actors, and you know, kids go through that. Oh, I'm gonna break stuff or set things on fire. You know, boys do. I know. And
not me. I polished things when I was a boy. Collected butterflies.
Everybody's got a different childhood, Conan.
Yeah.
But when we met, all of a sudden there was just this weird onus to break stuff and be silly. And we were driving down a boulevard one night. We saw this gigantic King Kong on a Firestone. It was just this big inflatable. You know, you see those promotional, like, rrr, and all three of us at the same time were like, must break it. So there was a Blockbuster under construction right next to it, and we figured out a way to scale the wall at like 3 in the morning. We climbed across the beams of this unconstructed Blockbuster and sat there with the King Kong, you know, analyzing the structure. And if we pull these ropes down, they're inflatable. They have this big generator, but it's not hooked into anything. So we, like vandals do, we cut the cords and sent it spiraling into the boulevard, and the thing just slowly deflated. 'Twas beauty killed the beast, you know.
Did you just do that to that one?
No. Because once we tasted power, Conan,
right,
we started driving around and we're like, where else can we do this? And we pulled down like a witch and a snowman and a pumpkin and
Can you imagine being the cop on duty that night on that boulevard? Just witches and giant gorillas and pumpkins.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing, is because they wouldn't quite deflate right away, but we did it like 3 or 4 in the morning, and no one really got to see it, but we all slapped each other on the back like, yeah, good destruction, buddy.
Right. You realize that there's probably someone watching this now who's like, they're the ones that done it.
I'm sure.
You're like, I committed this funny crime.
I know.
Then the 3 of us murdered someone.
Well, yeah.
Don't murder.
No.
Don't murder, kids.
No, that's all in the past.
Now, you've done it. before this TV series, you did a bunch. You
Yeah.
actually did a bunch of like TV pilots.
Yeah.
Because you've been doing this since you were like
It's
2.
all I know.
Yeah. What was the first one that you did?
Well, the first one's not as interesting as some of the later stuff. I got to be on Facts of Life. So, yeah, I know.
Tom Green and I burning with envy.
I know. There was supposed to be a spin-off of the main show where Blair, Lisa Welcher, was gonna buy the school because it was gonna close, and she thought, I know the way to save the school.
I love it when they tried to keep the show going with something like that.
Oh yeah, all the cast is like going out to pasture, and they're like, how can we save this franchise? Bring in a whole bunch of new kids. So it was actually me and TV's Blossom, Mayim Bialik, and Academy Award nominee Juliette Lewis.
She was on the show too?
Yeah,
that's a good
all of
cast.
us very proud of that endeavor. It was hilarious.
Did you get to meet any of like the old Facts of Life girls? Like,
I sure
was
did.
Tootie around?
Did. Well, Tootie was around. She wasn't on skates anymore, which was a big bummer for me.
That's sad when they do a reunion when she's 60 and she has to come out on roller skates.
I know. Yeah, she's had some successful series since then. But Mindy Cohn flashed us. That was hot.
What?
Mindy Cohn, Natalie. Just the most random thing you'd ever think of. We weren't even soliciting it at all. We were just like, yeah, so blah, blah, blah. And she was like, hey, what's up?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Does Mindy Cohn just walk around doing that? I think I saw her in the park the other day.
I don't know if it's a common thing, but I certainly felt blessed.
Now, she'll be thrilled that you told this story.
Yeah.
Greg the Bunny, this is not your normal television show. Describe the plot.
It's a lot like Roger Rabbit, where the cartoons are alive and they have lives outside of the shows that they do and the characters that they play on television, except it's puppets. And the puppets are just a minority that exist in the world with, you know, pathos and drug-addled addictions and ex-wives and stuff like that. And it's great because they're like, let's learn about science, Cut. Where's my liquor? You know?
Right.
So it's just a really funny show.
Do you find it strange that you're doing scenes with puppets?
No. I always dreamed about being on the Muppet Show when I was younger. I always dreamed about doing something like that. So it's a blast to work with the puppets. The really upsetting part is you get to know all these characters as living entities. You really buy into it. So when you see them kind of just lying around the set, you're just like, oh, close their eyes or something. I saw Greg's just, you know, lifeless somewhere, impaled on a Snapple bottle, and it's really unsettling.
Well, I did something for Sesame Street like 4 years ago or something, and they just wanted me to come in and do like a quick thing, and I thought, oh, that's nice for children, and that's cool. So I went and did it, and there was like a case that had like 3 icons from my childhood crammed in there. And it was really upsetting.
Just stuffed in coffins, you know, on the set.
They weren't in coffins.
Well, you said, you know, crammed in a box.
That's insane what you're talking about. Why do you want to murder the Muppets?
No. Just safekeeping, protective casing.
Greg the Bunny premieres tomorrow night at 9:30 on Fox.
Yeah, so watch it.
Yeah, a lot of people excited about the show. Thanks for being here, my friend. It's always good. Seth Green, everybody. We'll be right back. Jordan Rubin, stick around.
Of all the minivans available today, only one comes with the government's highest 5-star safety rating, a 10-year warranty, and a starting price of under $20,000. The Kia Sedona. Pretty impactful, isn't it? Right now, get 0% APR financing on the 2002 Kia Sedona.
No time for a splitting headache, so I took control fast with Advil Liqui-Gels. Tylenol's no match on tough pain. Advil Liqui-Gels are faster and stronger.
You have the strength to get rid of pain fast. Take control. Take Advil.
As we're making our way up the hill, I can hear gunshots echoing in the distance.
Let's go, soldiers. You will not have a whole lot of time.
Fires once you have that magazine.
Lock it. Contender port is at 3.
I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done this before.
Left side is ready. Right side is ready. The middle is ready.
It's all about precision and confidence.
Log on. Watch Michelle hit the mark. Only at GoArmy.com.
My Italian mom's cooking is always full of surprises. Like Olive Gardens. Take their seafood Alfredo. It's sauteed shrimp and crawfish tossed with their fettuccine Alfredo. And surprise, they've got chicken Alfredo, too. Mom's favorite. Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
Excuse me.
Pardon me, buddy.
I'm squeezed in the middle, smack dab in the middle, squeezed in the middle, smack dab in the middle.
When you put tasty cream smack dab in the middle of 2 Chips Ahoy cookies, some pretty amazing things happen. New Chips Ahoy Cremewiches.
Hey, he bit me!
Tonight on Last Call, actor Forrest Whitaker and music by Roots with BT. And on a special Friday 1-hour Last Call, superstar Elton John. Carson after Conan on NBC.
Toyota's nationwide spring event is on, and that's a good thing. With incredible values on a huge selection, including the toughest nails Toyota trucks. Right now is a good time to visit your North Texas Toyota dealer and save with 0% financing on any new 2002 4Runner, Sienna, or Tundra. Or pocket $2,000 cash back when you buy a new 2002 Tundra V8. Get to Toyota's nationwide spring event.
Church's chicken is big and juicy. Really juicy. And that's a good thing. Get 5 free peppers when you buy 12 big juicy pieces for just $6.99. Get 3 big juicy pieces in a biscuit for $1.99. Church's, big pieces, little prices.